Hello everyone, this is here Takir. I hope many of us know us. Yeah, today we're learning more about Linux as well as with the Microsoft itself. So we shall be pushing towards the virtual machine itself things and gonna have a hands-on upon that thing. So we shall be discussing from the PPT itself first, then we'll be having a mix of hands-on bits of all. So I shall be sharing my screen, the host, okay, with that with the PPT. Do let me know if everything is sorted out. Cool. So here I'm presenting with that thing. So yeah, uh, let me know if my screen is visible now. The host. Yeah, cool. So I'm just having a glimpse of it. Um, the Linux machine, the Linux virtual machine, which we have already learned about. So we'll start with the basics of it, and then we'll go a deep into it. So yeah. So Linux virtual machine from the Microsoft Azure. So we're going to learn about like how to host one virtual machine together with the Azure service which is being provided. So this is pretty cool. So I'm moving forward with it. So a little bit of introduction from my end. Hey, this is Toke. I'm Gold Marketer and Student Ambassador leading India this year, 2022. Currently a Lift India representative. It's a Linux Foundation Technical Club. So I'm just a representative of it. And certainly I'm a community person. You can find me anywhere or any place the community is, a tech community. I shall be there. And yeah, do reach out to me on Twitter, LinkedIn, and I have given out my Twitter ID over here. Cool. Basic of it, Microsoft Azure and the Linux system, both Microsoft and Linux are from the different organization, different things. So yeah, they have just collaborated or just set up a thing which we can be saying as a virtual machine host, which we should be configuring from the Microsoft Azure, the service which is being provided by the cloud, Microsoft Azure cloud. So there are several steps which is needed to be taken care of while hosting those things. Um, since Linux has a very vast compatibility things, and Azure is generally a system which is more compatible with the cloud. So on the cloud, we are hosting that thing with the several patches, and here we're going with the portable mode. So like the host, I'd like to ask anything like, is everything okay till yet? My screen is visible and I've been presented. My camera is being presented. Okay, great. So moving ahead, little bit of it. Uh, if we are on the YouTube telecast and would love to know like if anyone of you might be using any sort of distro, you can tell us in the chat. Host, could you please let us know like what has been written till yet? Okay. moving so ahead, uh, might be getting some of the things. So could you please let us know, like, anyone has written anything like any distro which has been committed, which they have been using? Could you please let me know? I shall be having a words upon it. Okay, great, Safa. So okay with that. Everyone must have used or listened about, like, heard about their portal system, the Microsoft Azure. The time we have been saying, like, the time we have been connecting, like, we have been using Azure, like, what is Azure, and like, here it is a cloud, this is a thing, this is a thing, like, this is a thing we can do over here, this, that, and that. So how does it look like? Like, is it a magic thing? Absolutely not. It must be having a surface. Must be having a glimpse of it. So here I'm just representing the glimpse of it, the Azure, the portal of it, where we can do the very fantastic thing over the cloud. So this is the entrance, and you can enter this thing from portal.azure.com. I shall be showing that these things in my demonstration, the hands-on part. So don't worry about that. It's a dynamic post, and you can do a lot of stuff and a lot of stuff. Just keep going. Yeah, the consoles might you have puzzled. I know, I can understand. There are several consoles which have been given out on the Microsoft Azure portal. So let me just, I have already listed this down. You can read out, and having a glimpse of it, like all resources, subscription, resource group, and virtual machine, and the virtual machine which shall be curating upon in our hands-on part. So this is what, like, we create virtual machine onto it. Go ahead with this thing, and boom up. Like, create a virtual machine of any of the distro, any of the Windows machine, any of the, like, subsystem, and just, yeah, boom, the a total system in your cloud. That is it. This is what Microsoft Azure is providing to you. So these are the things which we should be learning, like subscription, resources group, and virtual machine. Resources group, certain type of repository which contain all your data, DNS settings, and servers for an instance. Instance is like what do we say? Instance is like a repository which contains all your current working things for a current working project. Okay, this is what you can learn. And for the subscription, like the subscription you get, since Microsoft is not free, it's pay as you get, pay as you go. So subscription which should be provided, it is listed out over here, and the resources which should, like, the thing which is needed for creating some sort of things over the cloud. Yeah, here we go, and moving ahead with the next slide. Since there are several distros available in the market for Linux system, okay, as we have already known about this. However, the endorsed Linux distribution on Azure is being provided. Like, what do you say? They are limited thing which Azure provide. Limited here doesn't mean any sort of negative thing, but yeah, they are on the next level things. The distros which have been provided by Azure are on the next level. They complete the most of the things and are on simplifying, completing the most of the tasks. So here we go. Here's the boom. Uh, we have read a bit, of vehicles. Red Hat, my favorite. Uh, let's have a readout and a chat from the Red Hat. Red Hat fans, write in the chat, please. I'm waiting for it. SUSE and Canonical. Canonical, you must be using or might have heard in the WSL. If you people using WSL, the Windows subsystem for Linux, Canonical is over there, uh, pushing out the thing for WSL. You can use a in-frame, inbuilt system or the terminal, simplified for the canonical system using the Ubuntu into the Windows directly. nothing else. Just give it your username, DNS server, and that is it. You can directly use your uh, terminal as a Linux system. Uh, Shavi, I would like to know, uh, like, is there anything in the chat, like people do want to conclude? Could you please let us know?
No, no, there's no question for now.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Shavi. So, moving ahead with all the endorsed distribution we have created and what you have learned for the Azure one, uh, you must be thinking like, hey, Toki, like you have told a lot of things. Like I'm very much too much excited for the using Azure, using their portal, we are using their in-with services, as or in the hands-on services. So where should we be getting all these things? So since I have already told you the macro services, the Azure services precisely saying are pay as you go. Like you have to pay whatever you have been using or the time you start using it, you have to pay for it. Okay. So it costs us money, definitely. This is an obvious thing now, like Hitoki what you're saying. However, if you're a student, just ignore the structural thing. If you're a student, you get a free credit where you can get the free credit from where? I've listed out three things, mainly three things. Getting student developer, right? You already know. But yeah, you can also contact this Azure developer community. You'll get they will be reviewing it, they will be helping our people to the community things, and they will providing some sort of credits. And after all, you can be getting the things like microphone student ambassador also. Just contact any microphone student ambassador, they will be providing you at some sort of events itself. Or as of now, it's done for my 50 month. But yeah, I shall be going for my tutorial thing. I hope so. Till so far, we have seen that there have been a lot of services. I have seen like Azure have been working, where it is located, uh, uh, like it's PG and it's accessible to all, and student can access it for free. And it's tons of services you can be using. But hey, like how to get started with it and how we can host the thing, like it's the main agenda, na? The agenda of today. So like host one Linux using the macro Azure. Na? So let us see. Just type portal portal.azure.com. Just remove all these things. That is it. Just type portal.azure.com. You will be looking into it. Remember one thing while using this thing, like you should be having some sort of credits. Okay, this is what I have told you in my the very last slide. As well as you should be having your Microsoft account from where you would be accessible to the credits. Okay, since I'm LSA, Gold LSA, so here I'm having with my student ambassador ID. There we get uh, tons of credits, so it's very easily accessible to us and could use to Azure developer community also. They are providing a lot of resources itself. Thank you. Um, Here we go with the thing. Uh, just have one thing over here. Mhm. So let me punch up with these things together. First of all, let me remove my cache itself. Cool. Don't worry about that. I shall be teaching you a lot of things. Yeah, turning it over again. Meanwhile, it is being refreshed. Okay. Okay. This is the portal of Azure. Okay. This is the main portal where we do all these amazing stuff. The place where we say like, hey, what is this all and all and all. So this is here. It is being done. Uh, When we have been creating a resources, create a resource, we click the create a resource button, and it piles up a lot of things and tells us like, hey, this is the thing you want to conclude, this is a uh, file you do want to compile, and this is the thing, like you have this subscription and this key you want to bind into it, and just quit this thing. All these things are being listed over here. From virtual machine, public IP address, it is all about the resources which is being provided by Microsoft Azure, and each and everything is being listed as a resource over here. So keep in mind, everything is listed as a resource. Moving ahead of it and learning a bit into it with a, I shall be teaching this one. This is a main topic, but yeah, all resources group, static web apps, and all resources contain. As I already said that everything is being listed as a resource over here. So what does it mean? Whatever I have created, whatever project I have been working, whatever kit, whatever tool which I have used in my system, in my project, is listed over here as a resource, an individual resource. Okay, you can use the filters out there, but doesn't need over here because it's already 10 to 11 things. Okay, resources group, just a piles of thing, just a piles of thing, and we have a creating a piles of thing. Uh, Created one sort of a project, whatever resources, whatever patches it has, it compiles into a stack or a pure file and group it over here. Group it into this resources group. That is why it's named as resources group. Resource group. The group which has been created by the resources. That is it. So, as you already know, like static web apps, the web application, you already know like the website which we like the web application which have been using is already a static web app. Absolutely. The subscription. I am having my subscription sort of subscription from the Microsoft. You will be providing um, credits over here. The credit which will be used to use these services, SQL database and all the thing which we learned at the very beginning, like database is being used for the Azure, and that is it. This is a real asset. To start, and app services are the very common. You will get a glimpse of it. We just have a refresh. Okay, cool. See all and so, like I have explained a bunch of things to you all. Might be a hectic thing, but yeah, the host Chavi, could you please let me know, is there any sort of query, any sort of doubt in the chats? We would love to listen. Literally. Okay, cool. Okay, no, no query till it. Okay, got in the chat. So now the time we are starting with the virtual machine things. Keep your eyes upon it. Okay, all you have to do is let's zoom in out. This is the thing you have to do. Click on virtual machines. Okay, this is all on the portal.azure.com. So don't worry about that. Okay, uh, hitting with my reset actually it's too much zoomed into it. So just click on the button. Great. Simply, it is being directed. No worries about it. Creating Azure Virtual Machine. Cool. Now, here talking like it has been listed a lot of things. How shall we curate it? How shall we learn it? Or how shall we debug it? Okay, so I'm here now. Simply. So, trading virtual machine is asking like, hey, okay, like which subscription would you like to use? Hey, okay, which subscription would you like to use? I'll say like I have a Visual Studio Enterprise subscription. So here notifying you people like you won't be having any Visual Studio Enterprise subscription. You will be having the subscription from the Enterprise of the Microsoft. Since from our developer community, we have got things in where we whatever we do uh, is being deducted from this subscription. Okay, so just select this thing off. Just remember, like we are creating a resource group. Resource group will be the thing which will create your pagey, pagey, pay as you go. Will it will be a thing which will create out the final bill out of the thing. Okay, so I shall be creating a name as uh, Azure Developer Community. It's fine. Oh no, we have to create a new AD Azure Developer Community. Oops, AD Community. Okay. I'd like to name my virtual machine as uh, Talkie Red Hat. I'm not a Red Hat hacker at all. I'm just a learner and a microinformation ambassador. So VM name as Talkie Red Hat. Okay, I have just writing out the thing so I cannot forget Red Hat. Okay, remember one thing, an important aspect over here, like why so like East US, the billing period, like the every region has their specific domain, and as being experienced from my end, it has been working smoothly from Indian region and had been cutting out the process very easily. So I'll suggest this in East US as well as if you remember, if you have gone through the docs of the Microsoft Azure, it also says East US. Might be a reason that they might be stating this thing for this particular factor. Okay, security are standard as well as we do not have a norms of it. How to set up a SSH key, password key. So we will learning about, but yeah, for this period of time, it's standard. The important and my favorite parts comes over here. So keep an eye out on it. Uh, this is my like this option is asking like hey okay like which distribution which we ever call it distros which distros or distribution would like to have set up upon Azure as a virtual machine, Linux virtual machine. I'll say like hey I'm Ubuntu, I'm doing server, SUSE, Red Hat, Oracle, Debian, one of my favorites, and Windows things. But I'll go for Red Hat because I've been working upon it, and the system you have been seeing then that is working on Fedora, so it's typically a Red Hat thing. So I have been experienced into it. So the stadium thing, good. And what is this? Architecture. I hope you must be very aware of it. Like architecture, what is it called? It's simply the x64 or ARM. ARM is quite not possible in this Red Hat system. They might be creating it. However, ARM is basically used for the mobile system, and they are not much into the mobile application right now, or the mobile standard right now. They've been into a processor based. So go for it as x64, typically a 64-bit processor, and I'll suggest keep it as a minimum because we have been learning and not too much great into it. So you can just keep the things out at 3800 39.29 per month rupees. It's on INR. People connecting from India, it should be in an INR. Okay, so be very mindful over here, like what is being called. So very important things come over authentication type. authentication, like whenever we create the things, it asks for password or anything security thing, or anyone else like would be getting into the PC and getting off the thing. This is not possible, and that's your privacy. So we're creating SSH key. If you people using Git or aware of the Git system, so the Gitter might ask for the SSH key to be connected from your local system, remote to the local. It state the thing. This is here it is done. The Azure will be connected to the system, saying that hey, is this your system? Yeah, it will be saying yeah, it is my system. It can be connected locally. I'll go for the password. Show you like how password been created. I'll type the username as okay. Keep the things in all small. I'm writing out because I might forget. Cool. Creating a simple, very simple password. I have to be very, very silent over here. Okay. I've created a password. Let me write out. Hmm. What are the inbound words? The insertion. Whenever something being hit by the terminal on any side, it will end inbound. So of course, we shall be given a port named as 22, SS22, because we have been using it. The SSH key being set up, so we have been giving this thing SS22. This is a port 22. Okay, remember. On a very beginner friendly note, this is also being used for my along all the IP addresses. So be very safe while creating a sensitive projects. Okay. Moving ahead with the disk system and all which is being provided or which is being asked. Okay. Disk. Premium disk. Actually, this is where it is being provided. So I want to leave it. Premium disk, like premium SSD. And yeah, do not forget to check out this button. Delete this VM. Actually, the disk are the local parts. Okay. So whenever you delete any resource group, it won't be deleted because disks are sensitive while because it do contains our data. So might be possible that you might have created a disk, keep it in a very safe inside, and might create another resource group or want to connect to it. So Azure by default doesn't delete all those things to keep your data safe. So but here I'm selecting this thing because to save up resources and well as money. Key management, let it be default platform manage key. Let us not change it out. Cool. While creating the network thing, it keeps that thing analog it to your usernames and as well as the resource group which you have created. So do not change. If you are changing, just remember it for this workshop purpose. Uh, for the sake of this workshop, not changing because it becomes very hard while connecting over internet for our virtual machines. Let it be. If you remember, like always and always, this should be your SH22 because 22 will be your inbound port. Inbound port. Sorry for that, family. Activity out and management. Cool. All the options provided. Remember, you can give out the time for your auto shutdown. Like if you like several people working on it and you want to keep your data secure or want the privacy or the discipline thing in your organization, you just check out the thing, set your time. It is already given as in several things. IST and all. You just check it out. Let him to be care of. This is much. Email which you have in your credentials or the credits. Absolutely boot initial. Enable the storage account. Okay. Just an advanced thing. So Json extension to be installed whenever we have a lot of like whenever set up an operating system, you want the thing to be pre-installed. So here you can do with this thing. Like if you want an extension to be pre-installed, just give a patch of it. It will be redirected or slam into it while it is being installed or while it is being set up. Okay, you did and all tags which to contains a lot of codes. So we have clicked the button review and create. So it is being reviewed whether it can be work on or not. If not, it will give out a red button, or if yes, then it will be passed on the validation, just showing it is like the way it is showing right now. Cool. Let's check it out if all the things are correct. Management. I'm just hitting the button create, and yeah, just shout out the thing create in the chat box. Cool. Go for it. One, two, and three. Boom. Hey, Sari, is there anything you would like to be here and ask out? Because we have covered many of the things, almost setting up our virtual machine. Anything? It is being deployed. It is being deployed. As well as you can see, VM is being created with a Red Hat thing. Deployment is in progress. Okay, cool. I will go to my resources. That's a virtual machine name. That's a virtual machine name. Okay, and as you can see, all the information, whatever we have pitched or asked or filled out while creating the instance of this virtual machine is listed out here. Azure providing all the information. This is a public address. Do not forget it. Okay, cool. Um, I'm hitting up with my terminal right now. This is my terminal. I hope you people can see this thing. Now the time comes we shall be connecting to our virtual machine. Okay. So how do we connect it? Using ping, using hello, nothing like that. So in networking, remember in networking, we have the hello thing as SSH, the secure shell. Why secure shell? Because it is being protected by a password or keygen, which secures your device or a remote thing over the internet. Okay. So I will like hit terminal, just ask them the hello, SSH. Okay. SSH this Talkie Ramal, my username, at this address. What is this address? Let's see out. Like it is asking like, is it secure, man? My terminal asks, is it secure? I will like, huh, yeah, it is secure. We shall be moving forward it because it's my PC, it's my virtual machine. It do say like, hey, permanently added. The EDF file has been created. It said like EDF file has been created. It has been permanently added to your local virtual network. and it will be asked throughout while accessing or SSHing while through the internet to this portal. So here we go for this password. Here we have. Let's clap for it because we have just set up our virtual machine and we have got the things out. So if we have a closer look upon it, you all may like zoom in into your screen. What does it say? If you remember what I have written over here, SSHing this Sakir Ahmed, which is my username right now, not this username, but the username which we have given while creating our virtual machine. Then SSHing this Sakir Ahmed over this network, over this address, public IP address, is listed on what thing? On what thing? On a Toki Red Hat. On a Toki Red Hat. Clearing this out. The time I type anything, the time I it feels that it is over network because it is not way much faster like on my terminal. But yeah, but if you write a sudo dnf upgrade dash dash refresh, it is a command we use in terminal to update or upgrade all the packages, and refresh is a argument or parameter which is passed. We state that if there are any low end packages, they refresh to the latest one. I just hit the enter key. It is checking all the packages slightly and slightly. Okay, what does it state? It states like all this should be upgraded or to be installed while having a very latest or the newest system. I'll hit enter and you just see the speed. You can see 43 megabytes per second. That's on the Azure cloud. I repeat, 43, 36 Mbps on this system on this Azure data cloud. Okay, I repeat. That's ultimately superb. Imagine it is being installed. Let us see. Afterwards, we shall be setting up some of sort of the folders, a Linux command, and here we go with ending a small session. If you people having some sort of drop in the chats on the utilization, we'll go ahead with that thing. Running the scriptlets. Cool. So if we list out the things where we are in the current directory, You can see like here's the thing, and we go back a little bit of it. We're in the home, we're in the root. Let's list out the things again. ls dash a means typically means that list out the thing which is also hidden as well. Okay, so we'll go ahead in the home directory again. So you all can see like I've been using this this Linux terminal over the cloud, not on my local system Fedora. Okay, it will work same as on the cloud, and you can enjoy the things in a very cool stuff. Or let us see, let us create some sort of directory as well as some files. Okay, we are in the home. Let us list out the thing. Okay, I should be creating one thing. Uh, sudo make directory as a test. Is it created? Let us check out. Yes, okay, it is there. We are in the directory named test. And if we do the things as sudo vi 1.txt, my bad. Hey, I shall be editing things using the Vim editor. I hope you must be aware of this thing. If not, that it is a very basic DevOps or a command line editor, which is also used for programming as well, or just setting up the notes or a quick notes or patching up the things and just editing a course of line in a very general on the command line way, mainly used in DevOps. Okay. Hi, this is here. Okay, I'm learning for Azure. Okay. So I just be saving this thing out and having an exit. So if we read out this thing, here we go. Here we have the things. Concatenate the 1.txt, and here we got the results. Reading the things out, and if we say that dot dot period, actually it's not dot dot, it's period. It will take a directory back to its normal and will let us to do the work. So list of the things, go ahead with the test one, and let us see is it there. So 1.txt is here, and we can close the connection with the Azure thing, with the same thing like how we did it or how we made it to get connected over this terminal by just writing an good. If we would have written this thing as exit in the terminal, it would have got an exit from the terminal or just would have closed the terminal, but it got an exit or just got a logout from this connection. And what is this connection? This is the connection for the Talkies Red Hat VM, the Red Hat VM which we have created as an instance on the Azure cloud. I hope you must have got it, and we have covered the most of the aspects. If you want to get connected with again, just type the things out SSH. Okay, damn it, like this and all, but which you will be creating because I'm having the password. I shall not be sharing it, but yeah, you will be having the same as the things, and boom, up. Use the cloud, share the things, set up a project, and share the terminal, share the total virtual machine on your Windows system. Cool. Uh, so yeah, host, shall we like have to push off the like the session right now? It has been fast so completed.
That's actually good
Okay,
to hear. Hi, and also to be honest, I really loved the way you explained the whole thing. I was listening to it continuously, and I was implementing it side by side as well. So thanks a lot for joining, and it was a very wonderful session. I'm truly sure that it's gonna be a very helpful for a lot of developers out there. Thank you so much, Takir. It was really really great to have you for the today's session.
actually thanking you as a host as well as the Azure Developer community to having me over here and educating the students. It has been my working job. Like I've been educating students from the MLS and now for the LDC. That's a cool. That's it.
Exactly. Obviously, you have been contributing to Azure from past like various months, so I know that it's been a great journey for you as well.
Exactly. Uh, is there anything like in the chats like if you would like to ask or they might be being
Um,
used in any of the chats?
I guess not now, but yeah, I'll just share your profile with the developers. If they need any help, they'll just ping you.
Yeah, just I'll let them know like if they need any of the things because
Perfect.
there was a bunch of steps which should be taken care of. And yeah, do not forget to close the connection and just delete the VM. It will cost more than 10,000.
Exactly, exactly. Okay, so thank you so much, Taki, for joining in, and that's all for today's session. See you all in yet another session. Thank you.
Thank you.